Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up friends. You guys, I'm really excited for today's episode. So this episode is going to be released on Memorial Day. Now, I want to say that's just a United States holiday, but anyway, it's going to be released on Memorial Day. And so today, a lot of you guys do know my story, but I do want to talk about a story that really changed the trajectory of my life. Memorial Day weekend 18 years ago this month. So for me, I have been building my network marketing business for 18 years. Now, I don't know whether you're in the network marketing profession, you're in another profession, but dates to me are really significant. Significant dates mean a lot to me. So I started my business on May 30th. So Memorial Day weekend was the following weekend, 18 years ago. That's irrelevant. Okay. But I did have this conversation Memorial Day weekend, but I officially started my business on May 30th. And so every year on May 30th, I am so sentimental about that date. And some people are like, it's just a date. Like, it's not the date that, you got married. It's not the date that you gave birth to your kids. It's like, what's so significant about that date? Now, some of you may have started a business, but I don't remember when it was. And honestly, it's because the beginning of everybody's journey is very, very different. First of all, everybody's journey is very, very different. So for me, when I made that decision 18 years ago, like, it was a big decision. I was firmly planted. I wasn't giving it a whirl. I wasn't giving it a try. But I will tell you why it's so significant to me every year, because, in life, there are certain things that happen that we either hold on to or we miss, but they have the ability to change the entire course of our life, right? Maybe it could be like, the way you met somebody on a chance encounter, or the way you started a business, or there's so many things that, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't have happened. In fact, the backyard barbecue that I went to was at my cousin's house. It was Memorial Day weekend. It was his son's birthday. His birthday is on Memorial Day weekend. And so we were going, but that day, my babies were 1.5, my twins were 1.5, Tyler was 4, Brooke was 6, and I almost canceled that day. I felt overwhelmed. I didn't really feel well. It was a little bit of a drive, and I'm so grateful. Like, I even think of that, like, what if I didn't go? I met one of his neighbors that was a complete stranger in his backyard. I wasn't in anybody's pipeline. What if I didn't go that day? So again, it's so important to me. I think of, there were so many factors, right? So I think of, and then every year it gets so significant to me because with every year my business grew, I grew, my mindset grew, my vision grew, my belief grew, my team grew. And I think of things like, gosh, what if I would have let fear hold me back? Like, when I heard this opportunity, it was almost like something inside of my soul came alive. I felt this fire. I felt this vision. I felt like, oh my God, I actually didn't even realize, I was 36 years old. I didn't realize that I was settling in my life. I didn't realize that I was. Like, I had a good life. I had a beautiful home. I had a beautiful family. I feel like I wanted for nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. We were having the money conversation and stressing about finances, but I really had a good life. But then I realized, when did I stop dreaming? When did I stop believing anything was possible? When did I stop really realizing that I can be a mom and build something incredible? So but when I heard this opportunity, I was like, Deb, who do you know? Who's going to join you? You've been out of the work world for 5 years. What if people don't take you seriously? What if this doesn't work? What if you get rejection? What if people laugh at you? Fears, right? So I think of, gosh, what if I would have let fear hold me back? What if I would have, like my cousin, I was at my cousin's house and I love them dearly. I love him and his wife dearly. But when I called him the next day, he knew his neighbor. And I was like, this is what I think I'm going to do. This is what she shared with me. And he was like, don't do it. You guys ever have family members that, now he wasn't saying that to be mean. He was saying that to protect me. He didn't think, it was a good idea. But how many times do you let somebody else's opinion inside of your heart be like, oh yeah, maybe I was dreaming there for half a second. Maybe this is not for me. But I do think every year, like, what if I would have let his reaction dictate my future? Is there anybody that's given you a reaction to something that you want to do and you've allowed it in your heart? You've held those words gospel? You guys, I really had to think and say, well, he's not the author of my life. I love him. He's not going to pay my bills. He's not offering me something better. Why? I have to listen to my gut, right? And I'm also, every year, I'm just so grateful that the person that shared this with me didn't mention it. You guys, if you're out there building a business, and if you're in the business that you're constantly looking for people to join your team, I'm always looking for people to join my team, right? And so when you're doing things like that, you're going to get rejected. It's just part of it. And so I'm so grateful that she didn't tiptoe around this. A lot of people are doing a business like mine and they're tiptoeing through the tulips and they're kind of mentioning it and they're kind of, in passing because they're really kind of afraid to go all out there. But I'm so grateful that she casted the vision for me. I'm so grateful that as much as she told me what was average and what was probable, she also told me what was possible. We're living in a world today that most people, what are the odds? What are the chances? How many people fail? I'm like, what? Who are the people that are successful? She showed me that. I'm grateful that she was evidence. And again, I'm going to be that voice wherever you are in your business right now. Prepare for an ace. Prepare for a visionary. Prepare for something really big. And so go out there and create what is possible. Be evidence of what is possible. Because some people are just waiting for the next conversation or waiting for the next person to join your team. I'm so grateful that she was evidence. I'm so grateful that her vision was bigger than her pipeline. And so what I mean by that is Memorial Day weekend, I wasn't in her pipeline. I wasn't somebody that she had reached out to before. I wasn't somebody that had heard the opportunity before or tried the products before. And how often when we're looking to grow our business to the next level, like, well, God, who have we talked to? Who can we reach back out to? I want you to dream big. I want you to really have this vision of the team you want and the business you want and have this unwavering faith knowing that there are people out there praying for what you have. And then I think what if I would have given this a whirl? What if I would have just said, oh, let me, you guys ever hear anybody say this? Or maybe you've said this, let me give it 3 months. Let me give it 6 months. That doesn't work. I mean, it just doesn't work. You're done because you have to go into something knowing, in my opinion, I'm just going to put everything out there. I think of what if I would have tossed in the towel with rejection? My results in the business that I'm building are not average and they're not typical. And I did have 4 incredible people join my team in my first week, but 96 people said no to me. 96 people thought I was out of my mind. 96 people thought, oh God, I was married at the time. Maybe her husband's not doing so well. She's doing this thing. What if I would have tossed in the towel with rejection? 96 no's could slow somebody down. That added fuel to my fire. And I think, gosh, what if I would have arrived when I got to a certain level? What if I would have said, this is enough? What if I would have let rejection in my heart? What if I would have cared what other people think of me? Now, I'm not saying that from time to time, it doesn't hit my heart when I hear somebody give an opinion of me that I don't really feel like I'm in a line with, or it hurts my feelings. But you guys, you can't pay your bills with other people's opinions. And I've also learned that what other people think of me is not my business. So I've learned how to grow thick skin. I've learned the people that I love, my core people in my life, is why I do what I do. So, and something, a lot of people think in a business like mine, you lose friends. I realized who my friends were, because I feel like if you worked in pharmaceuticals, if you were a real estate agent, if you were a doctor, if you were a lawyer, if you were a teacher, I'm going to genuinely ask you when I talk to you, how's everything going? How's your job? How's your business? Because I care about you. And so when people don't care about me or my business, quite honestly, I don't know, maybe they're not really my friend, right? I think of, gosh, what if, and I'm giving you all these reasons. This is why I'm so sentimental every time May 30th comes around. Like, what if I would have slowed down when it became challenging? You are going to hit challenges in whatever it is you're building. Okay. You are going to hit challenges. The only thing, what are you not going to hit challenges in? And if you're not hitting challenges, you're not pushing yourself. You're not growing. You're not expanding. You're not reaching for the stars. You're not looking to be in the top percent of something. Like, what if I would have allowed other people's lack of vision to cloud mine? I have been surrounded by people in life, and you are too, that think small, that they want to stay in their comfort zone. They care more about what five people that they know think about them. They can't see beyond what is. They can't see beyond their circumstances. They can't see beyond their business. They can't see beyond their bank account. And so what if I would have let all of those people with a lack of vision cloud mine? I say this all the time. I treat my vision like it's worth millions and millions of dollars, because it's priceless to me. Like, my vision is my imagination. It's what goes on between my two ears. Like, and I think of, gosh, what if, like, my company offers incentive trips, no matter what profession you're in, a lot of companies offer the opportunity to earn incentive trips. I think, what if that wasn't a priority to me? And the reason why I think about that is because with each new one, I've had to grow my business with my sales and promoting leaders and helping other people succeed. And so what that's done is help other people now have something special to build and just keep going. So every single year I am more and more blown away with my anniversary. I really, really am. And I'm so grateful to be a part of the company that I'm a part of. I'm so grateful for every single person that's on my team. I'm so grateful for our whole industry. I have massive, insane respect for the network marketing industry. I said yes 18 years ago, Memorial Day weekend. And so the key was not saying yes that particular day. That's the easy part, right? Like, you could say yes to a relationship. Doesn't mean it's all going to be, roses from there. You could say yes to being a parent. There are going to be challenges. Yes is the easy part in anything. Yes, it took courage, and it took thinking outside of my comfort zone, and it took courage. Like, it took a lot of things. But the secret was to continue to say yes. And so today, I want to share some of my top tips for building your business big. Okay. Take what you want, leave what you want. I'm not saying that what I have to say is the end all be all. What I'm saying is, these are my tips for building an incredible business that I have built over the last 18 years that I'm so proud of. And one of the things that are not on my list is have humility in this business. Have humility really in any business. Like, come in like you are an amateur and build to be a professional. Like, when I worked, I was the director of training for CVS Pharmacy. I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. I knew nothing about this profession. I never sold a thing in my life. I came in, I was completely coachable, and I was humble to learn, humble to be at the people's feet that built this before me, humble enough to get on calls every single day, to listen, to learn, to be a student. Okay. So be humble. Another one for me, I don't have these numbered. I just jotted down a bunch of things. So if you're looking for how many I have here, I don't know if you're a note taker. Okay. My thing is go all in. Now, look, it might not be your journey. A lot of people, especially in a business like mine, they start off using the products, loving the products, falling in love with the products, saying no to the opportunity. And eventually maybe that changes. That just wasn't the case for me. For me, I saw the history, I saw the longevity, I read about the culture. I did try the products, but I was all in. I was like, oh my word. Like, I saw what was average, I saw what was typical, but I saw what was possible. And I was like, I felt like somebody released like an animal from a cage. I was like, I've had so much passion locked up inside of me. I've had so much I want more in my life inside of me. I am going all in. I don't have all the answers. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to learn as I go. I'm going to learn as I earn. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to go all in. And so often we think of, oh, maybe when I make it to this level, maybe when I start making money. My friends, people are never going to ask you where you are if you're constantly painting the vision of where you're going. And so, like, I was all in. And my definition of all in, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to tiptoe. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to kind of, now going all in doesn't mean I did it 24 hours a day, although for me, I kind of did. Like, My babies were 6, 4, and 1.5. I was obsessed with this. I was in love with this. I felt this compelling urge in my heart to talk to every single person I knew. Every single person I knew about this. I was like, I need to tell you. 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 I didn't fear no. I feared somebody looking at me and saying, why didn't you really tell me how big this was? Why didn't you tell me this could be the difference for me and my family? Like, I was all in. Going all in meant didn't matter how many cancellations I got. Didn't matter who said no to me. Didn't matter how many goals I set and missed. Didn't matter how many people quit my team. Didn't matter how many people laughed at me. I'm going all in. I looked at the top incomes. I saw what was possible. And I got this deep, overwhelming knowing I am going to create this because I'm not quitting. I am not quitting. And so another word is put your blinders on. We are living in a world today, especially with so much social media. Social media could be your best friend. It could be your biggest nightmare. Stop looking at what other people are doing. Stop looking at who's going really fast and who's going really slow and who's posting and who's not posting and who's negative and who's positive, and put your blinders on. I feel so grateful that when I started building this business, I know it was like back in Dark 100. It was 2006. We didn't use any social media platforms. And so I just put blinders on. I wasn't, when I was building this, even we went through a recession in 2008. And I remember people would ask me, oh my gosh, how is your business doing in a recession? I'm like, oh, I've decided not to participate in the recession. Here's a fact about recessions, okay? The most people are either propelled or they're paralyzed. And so another statistic about a recession is the most amount of millionaires come out of a recession. So I kept reading things like that to fuel me and fire me up. And I wasn't concerned about the people that were letting all the naysayers in and what was going on in the economy, really get to them. I put my blinders on. I wasn't concerned with who was excelling and who was not, and who was reaching these levels and who was not, and who was declining. Put your blinders on, okay? Another thing is, don't look for easy. Again, I don't know what you're looking to achieve in your company, your profession, but I remember whenever things got challenging or they got hard or I felt exhausted, I would look at the number that I wanted to earn per month and year, and I would literally be like, Deb, what do you think that's going to require? Like, this is not going to be easy. If it was, number one, if it was easy, it would be sleazy. Okay, those are words from Rita Davenport. Another thing is, like, everybody's looking for easy. Everybody's looking for easy. That road is really, really, really crowded. And so this is not going to be easy. And I would look at that number and say, what are you willing to do to earn that? Like, I don't like the word realistic, but get realistic, people. People have these big dreams and then they stub a toe in a business and I can't build this anymore. Like, you can. Don't look for easy, look for worth it. Build that thick skin, build that vision, look at that number that you want to create, and honestly understand. Here's another thing I didn't write on my list, but you need to understand the person you are today is only going to get you so far. It's only going to get you so far. It's the person you become, especially in a business like I am in. It's a business about evolving, about growing, about expanding, about becoming who you're meant to be in this world. And so when people are like, oh, this business is not working. This is what I think. The business works, people don't. And it does take more than work. It takes the internal work. It takes the mind work. It takes so much of the work. So do not look for easy. If you're going to look for easy, you're going to get easy results. You're not going to get the special results, the different results, okay? When you really want to change lives, and especially changing your family's life, it's going to come with challenges, but I love challenges, okay? So another one, don't be afraid to roll your sleeves up and work. Like, a lot of times you could hear what's possible, but like, oh my gosh, like we fall in love with the dream and then we get upset when we're living a nightmare. Like, you need to roll your sleeves up. You need to get to work. Every single thing in life is an exchange, okay? Think about the top in any profession, or think about a number that you'd be earning even in the current job you're in. What would that exchange be, right? Maybe it's working for a boss you don't love. Maybe it's commuting. Maybe it's, I don't know, not having time off when it's really important to you. Maybe it's a sick family member or a parent or a friend or a happy time. Maybe your children's away at college and they want you to come and visit for 3 days and you can't get the days off. You need to be willing to work to create whatever it is. Now, for me, creating time flexibility was very, very, very important to me. But it's a luxury that's not free. It's not free. I had to put in the time. I still put in the time. People ask me all the time, my gosh, you still work. You still build your business. Of course I build my business every single day. Number one, it's really, really important. Number two, I'm in love with what I do, which on a whole different note, if you ever do want to talk to me about my business, I'm always looking for incredible people that plug into personal growth. So that is you. So reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Okay. But don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves and work. One of the things you need to realize, are you willing to outwork everyone? Are you will because the ones who are creating the most in any industry, they're outworking you. They're up when you're asleep. They're working when you're scrolling. Okay. They're grinding when you're partying. So do not be afraid to roll up your sleeves and work. Calls may not be convenient. Get on them. Meetings may not be important. Get on them. Conferences might not be important. Figure out how to get to them. Again, this is my advice. You can do whatever you want. All right. Another thing is, don't go out there taking a survey. So when I started my business, I never said to somebody, what do you think? This is what I'm doing. What do you think? I don't need to know what they think. And I don't mean that to be arrogant. I already know I made the best business decision of my life. I'm sharing it with people. But once you ask somebody, what do you think? They already have a PhD in your life and they're going to try to save you. I'm meaning this with so much humility. I don't care what they think. I want to share this. I want to share my excitement. I want to share my passion. I want to share my products. I want to share my opportunity. I might say something like, what's your most favorite thing I shared? Tell me that. But don't take a survey. Go out and live your life intentionally. When you're sharing what you do, I am proud of what I do. I will not shrink down to the opinions of others. I will not shrink down to the results of other people. And so when people are out there sharing what they have, they're either talking with an invisible exclamation point or an invisible question mark. You guys, something you need to know about me, I'm either all in or I'm out. Like I just don't like to do things half in any single thing I do. And we've heard in life, how you do anything is how you do everything. Another one that kind of goes in alignment with that, stand in your decision. Stand in it. Like stand in it. Like be proud of what you do. Decide and don't let, like kind of picture like you're planting your feet. And if a storm comes, you're still planted. If rejection comes, you're still planted. If the opinions of others come, you're still planted. If people quit your business, you're still planted. If things change at your corporate team, you're still planted. Stand in your decision. Okay. Another one, be the evidence of what is possible. There are going to be so many people out there talking about odds, talking about people want to focus on the ones that are not succeeding. They want to focus on the ones that are not making money. Why? Because it justifies their hesitations. It justifies their fears. Be evidence of what is possible. And not only that, I know that I spoke to incredible people about my business and they had a whole bunch of excuses, some true, some not true, but sometimes it's just like, show me this works. Be evidence. I'm afraid. I've got fear. So I was like, you know what? I'm building it. I'm going to build it. I had the mindset, with or without you, I am building this to the top. It would be so much more fun with you, but with you or without you. It wasn't like, oh, when you're ready, I'll build this. Or if just so-and-so would join, I'll do this. No. Be evidence of what is possible. You need to be hungrier than other people. You need to believe when they don't. You need to have a vision when they don't. You need to be positive when they aren't. You need to be hungry when they're not. Be evidence of what is possible in whatever it is you're doing. Another one, become what you wish to see. Like, what do you want to see in your business? Do you want to see, leaders join your business that are earning bonuses, that are in tons of activity, that are excelling, that are earning trips, that are, promoting through the ranks? Become what you wish to see. So turn your complaints into commitments. So often we say, my team is this or this person's that. Whatever that is, turn it into a commitment. turn it into a commitment. If you want a team that's hungry, be the hungriest. If you want a team that's exceeding, exceed. If you want a team with high standards, have high standards. If you want a team that is like excellence, be excellence. If you want a team earning incentives, be the first one to earn it. You need to push yourself out of your comfort zone. This is a journey of becoming. Again, you might not be in my profession. I don't know what it is you do for a living, okay? But I can guarantee any one of these things you can apply to what you do for a living. Become what you wish to see. Because remember, whether you're talking about a business or a relationship, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you're being. Okay. So if you're being abundant and full of love and lighting up a room when you walk in and full of energy, that's what you're going to attract in your business and in your personal life. But if you're going to see the sky is falling, have a broke mindset, if you're going to focus on the negativity, if you're going to focus on what's not working, if you're going to focus on this is hard, you're going to continue to enroll that stuff in your business and you're going to enroll that stuff in your life. So become what you wish to see. Be the last one standing. Be like, when I started my business 18 years ago, sometimes it feels like, wow, so much has happened in 18 years. And sometimes it feels like it's been a blink. But I was like, I'm just going to stay standing. I'm going to stay standing. I'm going to stay standing. I'm going to have grit. I'm going to build resilience. So many things have happened in my 18 years. And I could say I wouldn't trade any of them. Some of them I'm blown away that I would say I wouldn't trade any of them. But I wouldn't be who I am today. You have scars. I have scars, you guys. I've gone through things personally in life that people can consider a trauma. I've gone through things in my business that people consider really hard. I am who I am today as a result of all of it. I have a lot of faith in God. I know there's a reason for everything. And I'll tell you something, you're listening to a Level Up podcast. In order to level up, that's not when you say, oh my gosh, I want to level up my business or I want to level up my income or I want to level up, my relationship. That's when like stuff happens. And it's like, and most people be like, oh, maybe that's a sign it's not the right time. No. I believe it's like God whispering, like, how bad do you want it? Like, if you want to level up, do you believe more? Do you have more faith? Do you have more courage? Can you get through this stuff? Because I know with a business like mine, like it's beautiful because I've built influence and I don't want to say influence over people, but I know there's people that trust me. They look to me. And so that took a lot of effort to build that resilience and that commitment and that vision and all of those things to build that level of influence. And you do build influence when you're committed. The longer you stay, the longer you build, the longer you're becoming who you're meant to be. In other words, be the light. Like, be the light. If I had like one wish when I think about a legacy that I want to leave in this world is that I just want people to know if they're having a rough time, if they're having a bad day, if they feel like they've lost their way, they can find Debbie Neal. I will be the light. And especially in my company, I will be there. I will be there shining. And I don't mean like shining over you. I just mean shining to show you the way that we're good. Okay, we're good. So be that light, whatever that light is to you for the world. I love that. I feel like I'm the light of possibility. I'm the light of opportunity. Like if you're looking to grow, I think everybody should be building my business. I really do. Like I know that I'm a little bit impartial, but I'm very, very passionate about my products, but I'm very passionate about living a life by design. I'm very passionate about becoming who I'm meant to be in the world. I'm very passionate about creating a life with time flexibility. Nothing in the world means more to me than time with the people I love. That's a currency to me. You can't put a dollar amount on it. But to have that time, you need to create, right, the currency to be able to afford to have that time. So I don't even know where that came from. But anyway, be that light. Set the standard of excellence. We all have different level of excellence. What's your level of excellence? What is it? And again, it kind of ties into be the difference you want to see. What is excellence to you? Is it just getting by? Is it just making a little? Is it showing up when you feel like it? What is the level of excellence? Or is it leading from the front? Is it knowing that everybody knows you're going to earn things, you're going to do things, you're going to live in your word. Even if you miss a goal, you're going to get up again. Like that to me, I've set goals that I haven't met. I have. I've cried because I've set things that I've missed them by like literally like I don't even know what. I've missed them by hardly anything, but I'm like, you know what? I need to get up again and set the next goal and do the next thing. And every time I've missed a goal, I know why. Either I've given it every single thing I've got and I've missed it, or I tried to bargain with the price, or subconsciously I wasn't willing to do the work, right? That it really, really took. So and again, that goes into excellence. It's being able to look in the mirror and be like, I need to take a little bit of ownership. Okay. Next, never stop growing your leadership. Leadership, you're not born a leader. Leaders are not born, they're developed. Okay. Leadership never ends. Leadership is a journey. Leadership is a lifelong commitment. When we stop growing, we die. Okay. And that's what people say, they grew out of relationships, they grew out of things. Like, it's not just about money and it's not just about titles. It's about growing. It's about thinking different. It's about making the world a better place. It's about making the people around you feel incredible. It's about being a visionary. It's about being positive. It's about having influence. Never stop growing your leadership, right? My 18 years of building this business, I am a student. I am humble. There are people in this business that are much more successful than I am. And so I strive to grow to their levels, right? So never stop growing your leadership. Another one, speak only of what you want. We're living in a world today that speak of what is. This person's not doing this. I love when people say, I'm not going to be negative. Just that sentence alone, you're being damn negative. What's wrong with you? It's speak only of what you want. Speak of the business that you want. Speak of the team that you want. Speak of the income that you want. Speak of the relationships that you want. Speak of every single thing that you want. Most people speak about what they don't want. And again, it goes back to law of attraction. Your mind doesn't know whether you're saying what you want or what you don't want. So when you say, I'm not making enough, or my team is not doing enough, you speak of what is, you're going to continue to get that. It's like, feel the grateful. I am building, I am thriving, I am disciplined, I am a magnet for miracles. Incredible people are joining my business. Incredible people are joining my team. This is what I'm earning. Speak only of what you want. Whenever I catch myself speaking about what is, I'm like, I need to immediately change my mindset. Immediately change my mindset. Get hungry. There's a lot of people today, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. No. I'm sorry to be the bear. There are some things, yes, but you need to get hungry. You need to get obsessed. You need to create a fire. When you do that, it starts off as this little tiny fire, and then it just starts to go and go and go and go, and it becomes contagious. Passion is contagious. Momentum is contagious. People are looking for that. When you're hungry, your conversations are bigger. Your belief is bigger. You need to set a goal, and people set a goal, and you know what they do? Most people in my business, they're like really gung ho for like a week or 2 weeks. And then when they feel like it's out of their reach, they lay low and like, you'll do it next month. Guess what? Before you know it, you're going to look up and it's going to be next decade. Get hungry. Give it every single thing you've got from day 1 to day 31. Every single thing you've got to get hungry. We're living in a world today that people are lazy. They want guaranteed results, or they're not going to put their butt out there on that line. Your team is looking for leadership. The world is looking for leadership. Success does not happen organically. It does not. It takes lighting that fire inside of your inside of your heart, inside of your soul. Be the one that people want to follow. And honestly, it starts with casting a vision often and boldly. You guys hear me talk about vision all the time. I started this business 18 years ago. I stood up in front of a room of people and said, good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Neal. Today I am, and I gave that, brand new title. And I said, this is where I'm leading my team. This is why I joined. This is where I'm going. And I boldly. And then people are like, what did you earn? I'm like, I didn't earn a penny yet. But mark my words, I will build one of the largest teams in this company and one of the largest in the network marketing profession. Cast it to your team. Cast it to your family. One of the questions I get all the time is, how can I get my family to take my business seriously? They're only mirroring how you're treating your business. Because if you're treating your business seriously and you're creating the results, your family will treat it seriously. If you only get on calls when it works for your family, if you only doing things when it works for success is not convenient. It's not. It's absolutely not convenient. So cast a vision often and boldly. to your team, to your family, to every single person that you talk to, and stay true to that vision. Let me tell you, the seasons are going to change. The players are going to change. A lot's going to change. You be the constant. Be the constant visionary, the constant beacon of hope, the light. Belief has a sound. It has an energy. And I'm asking you to fall in love with the journey. Do not have an end date. I'm 18 years in on May 30th. You guys, I'm so sentimental about May 30th. I'm 18 years and I've got the passion and the love that I just started my business. On May 30th, 18 years ago, I was praying for more. I was journaling. I was making my list of what I wanted my life to look like. I was feeling how life would feel like living it on my terms. I was praying. But here's the thing, I never sold a thing in my life. I knew nothing about the network marketing profession. But when this was shared with me, I took a leap of faith. I stepped out in courage. I had faith. We don't know how God is going to answer our prayers. When opportunity knocks, get in the boat. And so for me, I jumped in and I figured it out as I went. Don't wait for the right time because the right time doesn't exist. Leaders make the right time. They seize it. I'm asking you to allow yourself to dream. I want you to know that you can do anything. You have the pen. You are the author of your life, and the rest of your life is unwritten. So many of you guys know the song Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. I wish I could sing. I really do. Okay. But I want you to listen to that song and I want you to listen to it really, really loud when you hang up from this podcast. And like some of the lines, this is so not in order. Okay. Like it says, I'm just beginning. The pen is in my hand. The ending is unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you. Here I am thinking I could sing. Okay. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate you. And so that to me is clear the fog, create your vision, reaching in the distance. No one can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. So I am so overly sentimental because we have one life. And let me tell you something, one day, one word, one action, it could have changed it all for me. And I'm so grateful that not only did everything align, but that I was open for it. Be open for what is meant for you. You are born for greatness. So I love you all, and I'm wishing you an incredible Memorial Day weekend.